When it comes to choosing between the iPhone 17 standard model and the iPhone 17 Pro, let me give you my conclusion first. Personally, I would choose the iPhone 17 standard version without any hesitation. And the reason is simple. This year, the iPhone 17 standard model finally fixes one of the biggest weaknesses that standard iPhones had in previous generations, the display. For the first time, the iPhone 17 standard model features the exact same 6.3-inch display as the iPhone 17 Pro. Even the bezel width is identical. That means compared to older standard models, the bezels are significantly narrower, and the overall look and feel from the front is much more premium. More importantly, this display now supports a 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate, ranging from 1 Hz all the way up to 120 Hz. In daily use, the smoothness is dramatically improved compared to previous standard models. Scrolling, animations, gaming, everything feels much more fluid. This is by far the biggest and most important upgrade for the iPhone 17 standard version this year. The second major reason is storage and pricing. The iPhone 17 standard model now starts at 256 gigabytes, exactly the same as the Pro version. However, its starting price remains unchanged. So compared to last year's 256 gigabytes standard model, you're essentially getting a price reduction with increased storage. That's a huge boost in overall value for money. More storage, same price. That's hard to ignore. Now, the price difference between the iPhone 17 standard model and the iPhone 17 Pro is £300. So, where exactly does that £300 difference go? Let's break it down. First, you can tell from the back design. The standard version is missing one telephoto lens. Specifically, it does not have the additional 48-megapixel telephoto camera that the Pro model includes. Without that telephoto lens, the standard model's zoom capability is naturally more limited. It supports up to 10x digital zoom. On the other hand, the iPhone 17 Pro includes that 48-megapixel telephoto camera, giving you 0.5x, 1x, and 2x options as well as a native 4x optical zoom. It also offers an 8x lossless zoom through sensor cropping, and up to 40x digital zoom overall. So in terms of long-range photography, the Pro is clearly stronger. In addition, the iPhone 17 Pro includes a LiDAR scanner. This helps with focusing in low-light conditions, especially for night photography. It also improves depth sensing and makes measurement tools more accurate. If you frequently shoot in challenging lighting conditions, that can make a noticeable difference. The Pro model also supports more advanced photo and video formats, which are especially useful for professional users and content creators. Next, let's talk about performance. The iPhone 17 standard model uses the A19 chip, while the iPhone 17 Pro features the A19 Pro chip. In terms of CPU performance, the difference isn't very significant. Where you'll see a bigger gap is in GPU performance. The A19 Pro has one additional GPU core, giving it stronger graphics capabilities. But where does that actually matter? Mainly in extreme scenarios, high-load gaming, or intensive video editing. In most everyday games and normal usage, you won't feel much difference. However, in demanding games with high graphics settings, the Pro will handle things more comfortably. And when doing heavy video editing, the stronger GPU can save time. Another very important difference is RAM. The iPhone 17 Pro comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM, while the standard model has 8 gigabytes. More RAM means better background app management and potentially smoother performance over the long term as apps and system updates become more demanding. So from a future-proofing perspective, the Pro does have an advantage. There's also an improvement in cooling. This year, the Pro models use a vapor chamber cooling system. That means when you're playing large games, editing video, or recording for long periods, heat management will be better. Especially during summer, this advantage becomes more noticeable. In terms of connectivity, the iPhone 17 Pro features a USB 3 port, while the standard model uses USB 2. If you frequently transfer large video files via cable, the Pro's faster transfer speeds will provide a better experience. However, the standard version also has its own advantages. It is lighter and thinner. When you use it with a case, you can clearly feel the difference in weight. For daily handheld use, that lighter design can be a real benefit. So after comparing everything, we can see that the £300 price difference mainly comes down to camera capabilities and performance-related upgrades. But in my personal opinion, those differences are not worth the extra £300 for most regular users. The iPhone 17 standard model is already more than enough for the vast majority of people. If you're a professional user, for example, a video creator, then adding £300 for the Pro makes sense. And of course, if budget isn't a concern, and you value the most advanced features and the stronger visual identity of the Pro model, then you'll probably feel that the extra money is worth it. So, which one would you choose? The iPhone 17 standard model or the iPhone 17 Pro? Let me know your thoughts.